Oh, that's fantastic. Please
All
can I
right.
get inspiration for that?
You used my
I'll
line.
think on it. I'll think on it.
All right.
Here's
You guys
my
all
line.
had everybody gets inspiration for the session. This was very RPM.
yeah.
Everybody gets inspiration.
Okay, I'll just go mark that up real quick.
Can't wait to burn the. Oh, also, yeah,
Can't wait to
Dretan,
burn
I
this
think,
on Dretan's stupid
I
titty.
think you've got. I think because you got so much inspiration in one time, it's like good juju's been following you ever since.
Dude.
Because you got 2 or 3 pretty bad rolls when you were doing that.
No, it was 2 kinda A rolls, and then 1 I crit failed.
Okay, but I think you're still getting some residual inspiration. You found some
Dude,
new.
I was making fantastic rolls before that happened, alright?
Not as consistent as. Hang on, let's see your last couple rolls. Oh, last one was 17. When you tried to slap me, but you're not much of a fighter.
17, 19.
Oh, no, keep in mind, he had +6 to that slap.
Yeah.
What? How the fuck did you have +6 to that?
If you're saying that I know how to use my hands in that case, I have +4 in my dexterity, +2 for proficiency.
You add your strength for unarmed attacks, not
What is
dexterity. Yeah,
Oh.
you don't get to choose. It's strength. It's a 1d. Actually, no. For you, it'd be 1 plus your strength plus your proficiency for the hit.
Well, that wouldn't have hit anyway.
And then the damage would
So
have
yeah,
been.
you would have
plus strength.
specifically slapped his armor.
Good. All right. I'm glad we came full circle and still got that to work.
Yeah. I mean, it
Hockey-
still works the right way.
Was the epistle book, is that advantage on religion and history checks and
Yeah,
insight?
advantage on as far as regarding hobgoblins or similar goblinoids, and then
So-
also charisma. Yeah, charisma, persuasion, intimidation type stuff.
I can't wait till we all wake up in the morning, and I have to
Oh, boy.
explain to them why I took like 3 gold away so I could buy a book.
5 actually, but no one's counting.
Excuse
And
me,
besides-
excuse you, I
you
am.
don't, you don't have to tell us that you used the party fund. I mean, no, if you said, "Hey, I bought a book," no one's going to say, "Whose money did you use?" Or I hope not. I don't think
Oh.
of us are quite
I
that
doubt
pompous.
anyone's gonna use. I don't think anyone's that. Yeah.
Plus, I'm gonna be a
If
little
it's
bit
5 gold,
preoccupied.
nobody cares. If
Yeah.
you take the
Yeah.
entire gold fund, then like, wait a second.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you
Plus,
take the entire gold, then it has to be something that helps everyone. Like maybe hire dragon for the next fight.
yeah, plus, at least
Yeah,
2
we
of
have
us.
just
dragon
call my
already.
dragon friend.
Yeah, we have a dragon already.
It's pseudo dragon.
I mean, like a real, like.
She's a real dragon.
It's,
Shut up.
You can't tell
As
her
in-
what. Okay, I'm not making that joke.
it's
Are you assuming
like
my
a-
gender?
You can't
Like
tell her
a
what
real-
she is.
Because I'm pretty sure brass dragons, like, if you offer them gold or enough, they can actually fight for you as well. Depends on the cause as well.
I feel like that's a lot of gold, though.
Yes,
gonna be-
Probably
brass
is.
dragons are good, and they will sign up to your cause if you will pay them enough.
Oh my god, we can.
And you can also enlist a green dragon to aid you, except they'll fuck you over in the end.
But is
Yeah,
it
'cause they plot a lot.
cheaper?
So what you're telling me is that we're going to enlist a green dragon, and then Dretan's gonna ride off onto the sunset with it.
Well, no, more like right off onto the sunset in it.
That too. But
Little
you
did
know,
you know.
that he's gonna do that, and then all of a sudden, Hockey's gonna say, "Dretan, roll a Constitution check to see how you're doing in there." It's gonna be a 20, and all of a sudden he's gonna say,
I
and then
crit.
he's gonna go, "Okay, Dretan, use your rapier to cut yourself out." He's gonna do it. He's gonna drop, grab the foot of the dragon,
Sounds
flip
like-
himself on its back, and then use the rapier as a bit to drive it.
Yeah! You know it.
Sounds like a fever dream.
So is
Yeah, I guess we just-
everything the halfling does.
Dretan's life is a fever dream.
Have you not seen the shit he pulls off?
Why does he not like? I don't think he should have lucky as well because he's already lucky anyway. Because
I'm
he's
still
a halfling,
trying
he
to
gets
get-
lucky.
Never make level 8, you should take lucky.
I'm still
Wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait,
figure
what's
out
up?
how he has.
What'd you say, James?
The lucky feat. If you hit level 8, take the lucky feat.
I
He already-
refuse unless.
He already has lucky.
No, he's talking about me. I refuse unless unless there's a good in-character reason to do it, because there's an in-character reason for me to specifically not have that.
Well, aren't you the one who can't roll for shit?
Yeah.
Yes, but that's power gaming. I have an in-character reason saying
No. It's not that. It's that you are consistently unlucky, and you need to change your luck.
Yes, but there's a reason he's consistently unlucky. It's not random. There's a reason.
Oh, what's that reason?
He's
Story
literally
reason.
cursed by the gods.
Yeah.
Like me and Hockey sat on Thursday and spent about 30 minutes looking through the gods to figure out who specifically screwed him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is.
Well, good luck there.
Yep, he
I'm
is.
glad I got a front row seat.
No, what's even better?
I'll write your poem after you're done.
What's even better is who we decided who's doing it, which is going to be so good when that comes around.
Oh boy.
Excellent
Hockey,
session, by the way, Hockey. Excellent.
Yep.
Thank
Can
you.
you check that?
Awesome.
That sounds about right.
So, by the way, Hockey, just to ask a couple of questions.
Here we go.
How long do you think it'll be until I start getting bad dreams about demons from reading that book?
Well, you just started. You haven't really read anything yet, so.
All right.
Oh, and because someone asked, I learned. I was looking through my player's handbook, so I was trying to get some information on equipment. And in reading Paladin starting equipment, I noticed something very special. Paladins as starting equipment are supposed to have proficiencies. Like, in general.
Yeah, all characters,
Did you
yeah.
forget about that?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I've never made a character. I used a pre-gen, which apparently screwed up my attributes. They are not correct. Even Hockey can't figure out what the hell happened to them.
Yeah,
So
it was a weird
My
pre-gen, and when it got
attributes are
carried over,
incorrect, and my I had no proficient skills, so I had to go back and select proficient skills.
yeah. So he now has
I've
proficiency
down
in some of his skills.
But some of those roles, so just some of those roles, like let's say persuasion,
The close ones.
where I got the one that like I persuaded the entire chapel to fight us, or religion, where I got that completely wrong, or history, where I got that completely wrong. Something could have changed maybe with an additional +2. Not much, but
I don't think so.
So you were rolling a lot of critical fails, though.
That's true.
I remember a lot of like 3s and 2s.
Yeah.
And 4s.
Yeah.
But at least it wouldn't have been, wow, the sky sure is green today. It would have been, man, the sky sure is chartreuse today. There would have been, like, it would have been closer to correct.
Good lord, man.
Also, I'm totally saying that my inspiration I get to use is because I use the word chartreuse in a sentence.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, but the sky isn't yellow.
Well, yes,
You're still wrong.
but it's
just
also
slightly
not green.
less.
I'm just slightly less wrong.
Is it really, though?
No, it's wrong in the wrong way because you went towards red, not towards blue. So it's actually more wrong.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not green.
No, you're supposed to say, but it's more right in a metaphorical sense because
Dude,
I'm an artist,
Let
man.
me see if I get this impression
Stop breaking
right.
my
Hold
brain.
on, hold on.
It's my art, man.
Let me see
Leave
if
me
I can
alone.
do this. Well, I mean, like, no, I can't do it. I can't imitate David Tennant. Never mind. I tried.
So what? Is the sky being green an alternative fact?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Except it's not. The sky being purple is the alternative fact. So therefore, by going green to chartreuse, I did get it right. Bam!
Oh, God.
I am more right.
Oh, I get it. You're using that kind of logic.
Right,
Kinda
exactly.
is.
It's cool. You'll understand when you get to the fridge, I promise.
What the fuck are you two talking about?
Jesus, Reed. I have
I'm
never
so
seen someone
lost.
do. I have never seen someone do this much mental gymnastics over so goddamn stupid. I love it.
Look,
Now, don't get
I
me
just
wrong,
spent a
but
3-hour session listening to Dretan, so yes. It has stretched my mind. Now I can do things.
great. Brain's nice and limber.
He's giving me practice. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He's rubbing off on us. I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
rubbing off on you. He's rubbing off on you. So yes, things are happening.
Oh, also hockey. You said a long rest would get rid of that max health penalty.
hmm
Yes, we're back to 46, baby.
So yeah, if you guys complete a long rest.
I burned the demon out of me.
Out of curiosity,
Just remember, in the morning, I got to pass out silver to all those kids and tell them that we want information on this Stanwyck and what all his movements are.
Like,
Right.
Zixo, I wasn't gonna say anything in public, but you really need to leave those kids alone. People are
creepy,
talking.
bro.
No,
Super
I'm,
creepy.
I'm hiring them, but not for your sick thoughts, but actually giving them
Well,
good,
see, here's-
solid silver
Says the man hiring children for service. All right,
well, look,
you know what?
Did you not read Sherlock Houses when you were a kid? He did it too.
Wait,
Yes, yes, I did. Sherlock Holmes literally had something called the Baker Street Irregulars that he paid a shilling to specifically spy on shit for him.
The homeless.
Yep.
okay, so yes, exactly like that.
You want to know? You want to know what people joked about that? Oh, you kitty fucker! What are you doing this time?
Well, considering he was on cocaine literally like 80% of his waking hours when he have a case, I don't think he minded.
Sherlock Holmes is a pretty cool cat when you sit down and
If you
think
really
about
sit
it.
down-
Wasn't it
think about it.
opioids or was it cocaine?
It depends on which version you read, and it also depends on which story you read, because some of them actually do
Okay.
have both.
Okay.
Right, in the
opium,
the book I remember
cocaine,
reading was
narcotics.
cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think...
But it was also written at
Oh,
the time when
that's
cocaine
what it
was
was,
just
that's what it was.
available.
It was opiates to begin with, and he got on cocaine to wean off the opiates, if I remember correctly.
Great.
Right, and he absolutely just loved and would extol the virtues of cocaine.
Well,
Isn't
Yeah,
that like
then-
isn't that
that's
like
when-
having a garden plot and instead of weeding you take napalm
well,
to it?
keep in mind,
Yeah.
back then... keep in
Yeah,
mind,
salt will cure the weeds.
This was the 1800s. Back then, cocaine was actually if I remember correctly,
Right.
was actually a medically recommended cure for opiates,
Yeah, no, it was in Coca-Cola. It was an ingredient in Coca-Cola.
which was
Well,
a
it's
medicine.
also
Well, you
great-
could also
it's
go and get a big bottle of laudanum, which was just pure heroin, and just
Right.
yeah, right off the shelf.
The good old days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not
what a-
necessarily.
What a time to be alive.
So if Zixo is Sherlock, that means Dretan is Watson.
Oh, absolutely. Well, which
What?
iteration of Watson?
The original.
Are we talking about? Okay, so we're talking. Okay, that
It
makes more
has
sense.
to be
Like,
because the original ones
Yeah.
that chronicled everything, and Dretan's the Bard.
Mhm.
So has to be.
I was gonna say, is it the whipped bitch one, the snarky one-liner one, or the like which one are we talking about?
None. The absolute badass who fought in a war, got injured, and had to come back because he couldn't deal with it anymore
Yeah.
for a while, and then started beating shit
The
out of
real
everybody.
one,
The real one.
who was a doctor, yeah, and was
Alright.
yeah.
Dr. Watson.
Who, let's face it, actually got pretty good after a while, even though Sherlock never let him know that.
Yeah, no, you give positive.
Well, Sherlock
reinforcement.
had the ego, right?
No,
so
it's,
you couldn't put it past him.
What ended up happening is any time that Watson did well, one of two things happened. Either Sherlock said, your powers of deduction have become magnificent, except when compared to my own, or something to that effect. or Watson would do a brilliant series of deductions, and Sherlock would go, that was a fantastic series of deductions, my dear Watson. If only any of them are correct. And then he'd show you what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
Because
fantastic
he's an
series
asshole
to
on
read.
cocaine. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is when he's normal. This is without the cocaine.
Oh,
He does
okay.
cocaine when he's bored between cases.
Man,
Right.
Sounds like a wonderful
what a time to be alive.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, plays the violin until late hours of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But the Baker Street Irregulars, it happened.
What did I call
what-
that priest?
two-
Oh no, there it is. I wrote it down. Okay.
221B Baker Street, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Ooh. Remember a little bit.
Unfortunately, the movies don't show it right.
No, it's very different. Sherlock, kind of hard
well, Hollywood
to.
has to formulate it, right? So
Well,
you have to
the one
have a
with
side character, you have to.
that movies.
I mean, really no one
Huh.
shows him right, which is sad. I can't think of a single iteration I've seen that did it right. Maybe the
'Cause
Great
it's all-
Mouse Detective.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's probably the most personality-wise
Yeah.
how he is.
The most accurate, even though it was a freaking mouse.
And it was awesome.
It
It's a
was
good
awesome.
show.
It's an amazing movie. I mean,
There was the Hounds of Bakersville, an old black and white film that was. I mean, if you can stand that kind of acting, ancient acting from the 30s.
I mean, I think that the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock is good, but the Watson isn't.
Right, that's the sidekick model.
As much as I like Jude Law, it just wasn't right. And I'm not going to even talk about Irene Adler. I'm not going to go into that. I'm still upset about that. I'm also upset about Watson's wife. There's things I'm upset about.
What, that she's hot?
No, that she should be dead.
Oh.
She did not work with Sherlock. She was the one woman who ever beat him. And he never saw her again, if I remember correctly. But let's make her a love interest.
As in...
I forget which story it is, but Irene Adler, God, what was it? He was trying to investigate a stolen... No, he was trying to investigate... Irene Adler was blackmailing, I think it was the king of Denmark or something like that. So, the king of Denmark hired Sherlock to go look into it. And so Sherlock goes, and he finds that the blackmail is held inside of a safe in a wall in her living room. So he disguises himself as a street urchin, gets in a fight, a prearranged fight right outside her house, and gets himself invited inside. And then Watson throws a smoke bomb through a window, and they set off like a fire alarm. So as everybody rushes out, Sherlock goes into the safe to get the stuff. So afterwards, he and Watson are discussing the event and discussing how successful it was. And then Sherlock reveals that it wasn't successful at all. The blackmail was not in the safe in the first place. And then a little bit later, there's a letter from Irene Adler that says that she had taken the blackmail from the safe, but that he would never hear from her again, so the king of Denmark could be considered to be fine. She had found a husband, and that she was running off with him. No one would ever hear from her again. And true to her word, no one ever heard from her again. But, love interest. Works for Moriarty.
Yeah.
I need to go watch the second movie so I can be angry at it.
Whenever I come on when I hit a warlock, it's gonna be so fucking weird.
It's gonna be severely weird.
Yeah. You guys are right on the cusp now of the high level stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yay.
Once you hit
Level 5 is a big milestone,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, level 4 is pretty big because you get the feat, but then level 5, all of a sudden your proficiency goes up. Some of your big abilities, you get some good stuff.
I get 2 second level spells, and another first level spell.
Twice.
Extra attack. Yep, that's gonna be a thing.
It's extra attack in the new spell level that bumps everybody up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I get 2
Just-
third level spells at 5. Huh.
Well, Hockey, did you check what I said in chat? And does that
I
sound
did.
about right?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you heard me. Yes, that's fine. That's right. That's correct.
Right. Also, the mayor doesn't know about the... Oh, okay, you mentioned it. Because I did let him know about the undead that we fought.
Yeah, he's got those scouts looking.
So
once he hears back from them, he'll get in touch with you.
and I think
You saw
good.
You saw I made a note about putting a coin in my shoe. A copper
Yes, I
piece?
saw that one.
Okay.
And I think I'm using the word right. It seems deliciously ironic that the person playing a bard is having issues with sound.
Yeah, I know.
It's fantastic.
I fixed it though. It's not an issue anymore.
Well,
So,
yeah, you rolled
Hockey.
a natural 20 on the fix it check. I got it.
Yeah, when my scars started itching, was it a good itch or a bad itch?
It itched.
Damn. So a bad and a good made it just a neutral. All right, cool. Oh, good.
Concentrate on being a good person, and
I'm trying, and then I get these racist assholes in my face. I could have handled that a lot differently. Like, I did make amends with the guy. I don't wish him any ill will. I just want that fucking
Wait.
tapestry out
You
of my
made
hand.
amends with him by giving
I
him
tried.
a sheathed dagger, the sheath made of tapestry from a burned tapestry in a death cult temple.
There's no such thing as an evil tapestry, Hockey. Come on, get with it.
I think Vigo the
tapestry
Carpathian would have
is
something to
gimmick.
say about that.
Exactly.
There's also the reason I
Vigo.
didn't mention this at all to anybody, and I was on my own. But I wanted to get rid of that tapestry ASAP when I realized I still had it in my inventory. It's like, why did I? I'm trying to figure out why I even grabbed it to begin with.
As a token.
Yes, but there are good ways of getting rid of things and bad ways of getting rid of things. Like, let's say if I were thinking about how I might have done it, I might have taken it to the temple here and explained to the clerics that there's this great evil object we want to destroy properly. Could you help me
Well,
in making sure it was burned so that it would not, no evil could leak from it? And then the cleric
Okay.
could take over and tell me what had to be done.
To be fair about that cleric in that temple, Rede, who has done nothing but what he's supposed to and has fulfilled all of his obligations, went to a temple of family, worshipped as he was supposed to, afterwards gave a tithe, and it turns out that he gets to see a dream of his entire family dying. And being
your whole
told
family
it's
getting
his
choked out
fault.
and burning in a fire. Yeah.
And told it's his fault. So, that church is not a good church. That's an evil church.
Or maybe something evil is about to happen to your family.
They also said stay away, so hey, you do whatever you want, bro.
Yes. My favorite aunt said stay away after strangling my parents. Yes. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Did you see her strangling them?
She also had strangle marks on her neck, didn't she?
It is true.
Stop trying to play that, Hockey. Don't try that.
Well, at least, my brother burned everybody alive that was alive. So, I
It
mean,
might have included himself.
it might have included
You
himself.
know,
So,
Yeah.
There's
Problem solved.
things going on.
Wait, they all died except you? So, like, you're the sole heir now?
Officially.
well, that's a vision
No,
he
they were
saw.
only-
Who died?
Parents, specifically, supposedly.
It could have been a past event. It could be a future event.
Well,
It
could be a dream.
could be happening. It could be happening right now.
Or it could be a dream. But,
I will send you the transcript
Yeah.
so that you have a copy and you can recall it. But you need to think very carefully exactly what you saw.
yeah, we're gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that because I don't know how the hell Reed's gonna take that.
Okay.
Like,
What's your gut reaction?
to do the worst thing to a DM that I can possibly do.
Break away from the party?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Hey, it'd be fun.
But at least I'm glad that you understood exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's like that. What would Reed? He would go and try to save his family. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, by the way, just so I know, because it's going to change a little bit of what Reed ends up doing, because he's the only person who hasn't gotten a room. How long are you guys planning on sleeping?
Long rest.
Long rest
till
is
I'm
anything
waking
6
up.
hours or more. How long?
I thought
are
it was
you doing
8.
I'll be awake after 4 hours.
Till morning.
Me and I assume Elessar are going to be asleep as long as we're allowed by the party.
Yeah, probably.
And again, Zixo, I appreciate you not waking me up and just crashing on the bed. I've got no problem with that. That's fine. That works out. I've got my buddy on the floor here to keep me company, so I'm not lonely.
Well, the bed is mainly for the dog. I'm just kind of curled up in the space the dog allows me. I don't know if you've ever tried sleeping with a mastiff, but yeah.
No, I
whatever
haven't.
Space they
Because
allow
my
you.
dogs sleep outside. They're
You
farm
terrible
dogs.
person.
They're farm. They have shelter. It's not like I say, go fuck yourself. Here's a tundra.
Like,
No, they have a doghouse. They have a patio.
So my dog
Had.
sleeps under the covers with me.
You ever gotten worms or parasites or fleas before?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah, that's why I don't let animals sleep in my bed
I
with me.
treat my animals for worms, parasites, and fleas so they don't get them.
And it still happened.
No, it was actually
Wonder
a
why.
cat who did the fleas.
Ugh.
Well, you got to
Again,
deal with them
another
too.
animal.
I don't know how the cat did it or got in my room in the first place, but it wasn't the dog.
Still, yeah.
This
Yeah, okay,
dog
the cat
actually
went
this
all-
dog actually snuggles up to me. Like she actually cuddles up and
Well,
tucks her
yeah,
head
she
under my
likes
chin.
you. I assume she likes you, and you're a nice, source of heat.
That totally explains why she yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Plus, the few indoor dogs my family had when I still lived with them was, large dogs like Chesapeake Bay Retrievers, mutts. So it also very old-fashioned father, would have had him outside if it weren't for my mother, who said, let him sleep, in the living room. We'll get a dog bed for him. Fine.
My mom has a horse of a Great Dane that has actually slept in her bed on more than one occasion.
Jeez. So I assume your father wasn't sleeping in the bed the same night? Because that's a whole nother person worth of animal.
He was sleeping in an urn, and in various places around the United States.
Oh,
Jesus, man.
Just shut him right down. Yeah.
holy fuck! Somebody call the
Oh, fucking. Oh, I wish I could high five you right now. That was fucking good. That's right up my
They call it
alley.
the longest rest you'll ever have. It's fine. You're gonna get all your die back eventually.
Stop it! Stop!
Yeah, they say that you spend a little under a third of your time, asleep. His father spends 100% of his time asleep.
God, they call me morbid.
I'm glad I found another person. Any attempt at humor I've had, cursing is the worst thing I've done so far. You have no idea how hard it is. Like, I have a mental dam that keeps the asshole in me back. It's just hard. I need to be a bard one day.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what you need to do.
Listen, all right. Every D&D player needs to be a bard, so that for once they're allowed to say what's on their mind.
Just be that guy.
You can just be that guy, the guy that does not give a fuck.
Okay, I tried to be a bard early today, and so I said I was going to cast Vicious Mockery or something, and so the GM says, "Okay, so what do you say?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right."
Oh, I need to come up with humor. Fuck.
And then they wanted me to sing a song. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, sing. Dance, monkey,
It
dance.
didn't. No, I played a song for them, but I can't sing.
Neither can I, but that doesn't stop me.
Yeah.
I should be a bard. Well, I've got. Oh, I want to be a bard, but I've had a chaotic good half elf monk bounce around my head. I've actually got a sheet that's filled out all but the bio, and then I was like, ooh, fighters are cool. I can do some cool stuff with dual hand crossbows and a trident. I can summon in my hand.
Okay, I want you to think about this for a second.
Thinking.
Dual hand crossbows.
Yeah.
You shoot once.
No, I
guys,
can.
no, dual hand crossbows don't work. What you can do is a single crossbow that fires exactly like you want to do your dual hand crossbow.
No, because it's loading, and you could, no matter how many attacks you can take, it's only one per turn.
Yeah.
If I have
You
two,
take the crossbow feet, and then the loading part goes away.
well, I was gonna say with
And then you can
two
fire
hand
it like
crossbows.
right. Then you can fire it on your main attack and also as a bonus action.
My understanding is, the hand crossbows are both considered light, so you can dual wield them. And
No, you can't dual wield them because you have to have a free action to load.
That's
so
the
it
problem.
gets rid of the.
I'm
Just
shooting
like a bow
one or the other. But they're both loaded.
Well, yeah,
No,
but
it's been settled on by Jeremy Crawford. He said no, you can't dual wield it. I posted the link up. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, please do. That'd be pretty good to know.
also think about this realistically. You have two crossbows in your hands. You shoot both.
Yeah. All right.
You're
need to reload
dropping
both.
one.
I can reload one at a time, and maybe
over like 2 consecutive turns.
Yeah, I'm saying one at a time.
So
yeah.
once every 3 turns, you have to shoot 2 bolts, or you can shoot a bolt every other turn. One of these is more efficient than the other.
Or I fire off both, drop both of them, pull out my trident, and toss. And a fighter has that actually pretty slick thing if you're an Eldritch Knight where you can bond with a weapon and just summon it back in your hand. So I go, throw them. Next turn, throw my trident, summon it back, throw my trident, summon it back, just over and over and over again.
Okay, so
just
Aquaman, I'm just going to let you know that if I was the GM and you tried to Neo your way through that sequence, you would be rolling a 1d20 with DC 13 every time you dropped those light armaments to see if you broke the damn things.
No. Oh.
And at that point, why are you using hand crossbow? Just toss knives.
No, because they're fucking hand crossbows. That's badass.
No, that's not. It's a stupid idea.
It's an amazing idea.
Don't
you dare talk to me
this is an
about
amazing
doing
idea.
stupid
This
things.
is what you need to do. You need to take the Scroll of Hill Giant Strength, and
Alright.
Zixo's going to get Enlarge. And so
Okay.
what you need to do is, you might not even need Hill Giant Strength. Get an Enlarge, to get up to large size. Go grab a siege crossbow. You know, the big things that are mounted. Shoot that. Yeah. You can call it the Peacekeeper, and then we're going to, honor Terry Pratchett and actually using this idea. But you're going to use that. And then, because we're going to continue going down this particular trope, we're going to get pissed at you for your collateral damage, and instead you're going to take a sheath of arrows that you're going to put on it. And when you fire those, because of the high tension and the speed of release, they're actually going to ignite upon release and shoot off a flaming fireball and splinters at everything in a 10-foot across cone in front of you.
That's fucking insane.
Did you just create a fucking flaming crossbow shotgun?
Actually, no. What I just quoted was something called the Peacekeeper, which has been wielded by Sergeant Detritus in Terry Pratchett's Discworld for about 15 years. That's why I said honors to Terry Pratchett. This is a known quantity.
You just have to hope the GM is cool with that and actually puts you in a spot where you're near a siege cross a ballista.
Well,
isn't that what that would be called?
Keep in mind, Detritus.
And then be able to take
Detritus is a troll who stands about 12 to 15 feet tall, and he carries it about on his person.
Okay, so you don't have to find one in the wild and hope stealing it.
No.
Got
He
it.
keeps it because he used it once in a really awesome event.
All right.
He's not allowed to keep it loaded, and they had to teach him repeatedly what a safety is. He still doesn't usually remember it.
I like the idea. I have to find it in the wild. Yeah, it's out there grazing right now. It's eating wood.
All right, you know what? You guys said the dual hand crossbow is a good idea. Here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have a hand crossbow in my left, my trident in my right. I'm going to fire my crossbow, usually for action. And for my bonus action, I'm going to throw my crossbow.
Okay, roll D20, DC 13 to not shatter the thing.
Make that 16. Like
Okay,
I'm
DC
throwing
16,
it as
sure.
a weapon.
But so you're going to break it is what's going to happen. Like it's going to get broken in the first combat. And what are those things like 25 gold to replace or something?
75 gold. 75 to buy a new one.
So every combat you're going to be spending 75 gold to shoot one bolt and then do 1d4 improvised damage.
Well, no, because then I was like, oh, I've got a broken crossbow, and then I'll just throw it as my action. It's fine.
Dude,
until it gets 75 to buy.
Just get daggers or a fucking hand axe. They're
But
so
that's
much more
expected.
versatile.
That is expected.
Yes,
and
do the
too
expected because it works.
You never discover anything new, effective, or interesting if you stick with what's known. Like, I know that's not going to work. Don't get me. I'm not a fucking
But
idiot.
on the plus side,
But-
it actually works when you expect it to. I mean,
It's like, why am I rolling like 17s on those saves every for criticals? What's going on here?
yeah.
Trying
Said no one
to
ever.
play the Demon Hunter from Diablo 3 and fucking D&D.
Actually, I was watching so a number of months ago, before I even played with you guys, before I actually knew D&D whatsoever, I was watching a series of people who were doing a D&D campaign where they were live streaming it from 4 different people who are very successful streamers, and they were raising donations for charity. And based on how many donations they got each session, it would give a bonus for that session or for the following session, including magical items for the party, experience bonuses, things of that nature.
That's pretty cool.
And the big session I watched that I was just cracking up, they had what was it? They had a ranger, a barbarian, a druid, and a thief or rogue. So they're chasing after something or other, some bandits are going after, and they find a wounded great badger in the woods. So they're all trying to heal this thing, and I think it was the ranger who had just gotten Speak with Animals wants to talk to it to figure out, what to do with it. No, sorry, the ranger just wants to heal it. So they do several animal handling checks to see if they can take care of it, and they roll something stupid. It's 19, 20, something like that, before modifiers. So they make it friendly temporarily. And the druid uses his last cure wounds on the badger to bring it back to full health.
Oh.
And then they continue through the woods. And they end up finding the bandits, and they start a fight. And the problem is, the bandits not only have, a lot of people, they also have the first gun that anybody has seen in living memory. Which, if I remember correctly, the guy fumbled his gun and shot a friend in the chest. But, so they have no idea what this thing can do. So the ranger, who just so happens to be a gnome, took a gigantic hit to the face. Like, knocked her straight to 0. So she's on the ground. The druid is having trouble catching up, so he's not even in the fight yet. But they win the fight. And they successfully get the druid up. Or successfully get the ranger up. And they decide that they have no idea what they want to do. So they start leaving, and the badger continues to follow them. And they're, they name it Squishy, and they're having a lot of fun until they get to town. And, at this point, the druid's like, can I take the badger to town? And the DM says, no. It's a wild badger. It's going to leave. And the druid's really upset about this fact, but then he says, okay, go home, Squishy. Thank you so much. Or whatever it was. So that night, the barbarian and the ranger then buy a carton of eggs, having decided that eggs are a giant badger's favorite food. And the next morning, I forget how they got that. The next morning, they go out to the forest and use the eggs to befriend the badger, giving the ranger the giant badger as her familiar and therefore rideable mount, kind of like Zoe, and named it Squishy officially, and brought it back. When they brought it back, the druid was hurt. Like, this was his friend, and this hurt. So, and everybody had just hit, I think it was either level 2 or level 3. The druid had gotten Speak with Animals. That's what it was. And so, the druid's trying to figure out what to do. So, he decides to wild shape into a badger to speak with this thing. The problem is, while he's now a badger, he doesn't know how to speak badger. So, the DM forces him... the DM forces him to cast Speak with Animals, which just takes forever. And he specifically says to this badger, she almost died because I cured you. So, treat her well and keep her safe. It was supposed to be this big event, but in the 10 minutes it took him to ritual cast Speak with Animals, everybody left. And the only animal nearby was a dog who was taking a whiz in an alley. Just absolutely fantastic to watch because we got to watch it all live.
That's sad.
It was sad.
God damn, poor druid.
We were also we were talking about. Did you guys actually read the link on Locate City Bomb?
Yes, I did.
So that was an entertaining read.
Yeah, it was. I was like, wow, I don't fully understand what's going on. You guys seem pretty confident.
It's a bunch of bullshit meta magic feats, is what I understand. That's the story from what I've been told.
Bullshit is what popped in my head after finished reading that, but they've had to have proved it for it to be this popular.
Apparently, it may or may not work. And then I've been told that I'm trying to...
Depends on the GM. Depends on your GM's bullshit talk.
Depends on the GM's bullshit. It takes like 7 meta magic feats to pull off to even make it so you can pull it off. So it's all kinds of stuff. Also, where is it? Because I found the... So the orbital punch I talked about is a... So that's a build called Chuck, though I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. So it's just called Chuck. And the Muscle Wizard is apparently just a forgotten tradition feat, and all of this is in 3.5 apparently. So just
Jesus Christ,
just total nonsense completely.
Yeah, absolute nonsense.
Yep.
Also, I'm hoping that like as much as I really that we had a pretty much an entire session for role playing. Actually, not pretty much. We had an entire session for role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a great session.
Yeah, it was a really good session. We got made a lot of headway.
Like it's everything I could have hoped for in a session like this.
Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to next combat we got, because hopefully with that spear I got, because I've got 0 for my strength modifier but 2 for my dex, so maybe just maybe I'll start hitting shit. Maybe.
I mean, you don't get to say that until you.
Man, you sound like you got.
Reed has.
You sound like
hey,
you rolled
look,
really low on these
a
stats.
miss. Okay, that hit.
Uh,
All right. I'm using up all my rolls. We gotta stop.
The spear does not use your. It's not a finesse
it's not a
weapon.
finesse. It's not a finesse. You can't use dex for it.
It's verse. Son of a bitch. All right, let me change that. Thanks for letting me know.
Your daggers you can use.
Yeah.
Daggers are
rapier.
Wait, I can throw it, and if you throw it, would that be using strength or dex? How does that work?
Strength.
Fuck, still strength.
Yeah. Rapier, scimitar, short sword, dagger, and a whip are all the finesse weapons.
Well, double bitch. That's not what I wanted at all.
There are some times where you could find a weapon that you can have finesse with, like if it's like a special weapon.
Special, yeah.
But that's at the DM's DM regime.
Now, a whip does have reach, I think.
Yes.
It does.
Spear does not, though. That's funny to me.
Whips are 1d4.
You wanted to make a point. Let's check standard deviation and bell curves real quick. I see more than 5 1s in there. So, nope.
What do you mean?
So, standard deviation and the bell curve should say that if I roll 100 d20s, I should only see 5 1s.
Right, but that's, I mean, you're taking a sample size of 100.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know,
going to be perfect over a sample size of 100.
I know, but if you'll
does
if
it
you'll
get
notice,
freaky if you roll too many? Does it get
sure
really
it does.
twitchy if you roll too many?
I'm sure it does.
Well, if it crashes on my side, I'm willing to risk it.
No, but if you rephrase that same question, you say, okay, I'm going to look to see how it is. I'm going to look how many 20s were rolled and how many 20s were rolled, because it's the same odd as a 1.
Well, yes. So, so if it works, what you should end up getting is about the same amount of 20s as you do 1s, and about the same as many 19s as you do 2s, so on and so forth.
Is that
right?
9? Is that
that's statistics?
That's
the problem is,
as you can see, which worked out because he got 1009 or 10.09 per roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing with dice is every single time you roll it, it's a new roll.
Oh yeah, I know enough about statistics, but I mean James is right that I actually got a slightly higher than average total. Average would have been 1,000 even, but there's a lot of 1s in there, and the problem is, while yes I got a higher than average, I also got higher than average 1s, and we attribute greater significance to 1s than 2s. So a 2 just...
see, in D&D, the 1 only matters on an attack roll, and it just means auto miss, and that's all it means.
Well, we also,
we have fumble cards.
We have fumble cards, but also on top, we've also said that a natural 1 or natural 20, we've house ruled at this point, that a natural 1 or natural 20 also hits on skills and saves.
For the physical ones.
Yeah, for
the saves not so much. I mean, the
saves.
physical skills.
So it's
Dretan,
we're
can you click
weighting
in Rapier
those
real
higher in importance, if not higher than statistics. So getting more of one or the other is inherently better in D&D.
Are you arguing that this is not a truly random number generator?
Thank you.
No, not at all. I am going to argue that I have gotten more bad rolls than Adrik has, though.
What are you looking for?
Oh, no, I just wanted to see if you could pull some bullshit roll out of session 2.
No. My attack rolls with my rapier aren't that good.
You get +4. Okay, pretty good dex. Okay, well, still, you're getting +6 to your attack rolls.
Yeah, but that's because...
Compared to my +2 on my Warhammer and corrected spear.
Well, yeah, that's because I'm min-max the hell right now, dude.
He has a point.
You know what? Maybe I should just wade in with a fuck. Hey, there's a 20 there. Great.
I don't mean to
you're
say,
never getting
yeah,
that crit again.
No, that's gone.
I'm pretty high when it comes to the meta builds, I guess.
You said you're min-maxing, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't try to do it. I don't like purposely go as like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be amazing. It's just my brain does it almost automatically.
I mean, I didn't purposely try to do the whole I get to do bonus damage on a reaction attack. That just kind of happened. So I know
It worked out.
I'm excited because we're about to hit level 5, which is range that you rarely get to in a campaign because somebody can't join. It falls apart after a month, you know.
Yep.
Also, he has to write up what happens. Like, Hockey's got to write up all this stuff.
Since we started the feed, I haven't been writing up as much. I took a ton of notes today, though, because I knew it was going to be heavy RP stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got stuff I'll write up for my notes, and then I'll write up a sort of a session journal and put it up again for you
That would
guys.
be awesome because I'd like to see the way you spell Lady, whatever her name was.
He typed it
Lady
in the chat.
Galena.
He typed in the chat.
Galena, yeah.
Yeah.
It's up there somewhere.
I need to figure out how you're spelling the bookworm's name.
Lampronius.
Yes, Lampronius.
Lampronius.
Yes.
Ooh, for
Slow
sure.
down, man. I got L.
I think I heard a P in there.
L-A-M-P.
R-I. Lamb. Oh, yeah. Listen to read.
Dude,
It's like 2:30 here. I'm pretty tired.
Ooh, 318, bro.
Yep.
Welcome to the party.
Lampronius? Lampronius?
Lampronius.
Lampronius.
Leviosa, not
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Ronald Weasley. Leviosa.
Storyteller.
Fucking stupid, and I love it to death. Speaking of fucking stupid, and I love it to death. I'm watching Scott Sterling again. God damn, I love that so much. It's a primal joy I'm feeling every time I see that.
Yep.
See some guy get his head mashed up.
Oh,
by
just
fucking
mashed.
football.
I think it's a very it's like a salty and sweet. It's a very nice balance of extreme violence and the unnerving peppiness and optimism of the crowd, the announcers, everyone else involved. It's like they see the events happening, and for us, we'd be, oh, fuck, is he okay? But for them, they think it's humorous or laughable or not a big deal. It's very surreal.
There we go. I found it.
I love it. I'm pulling it up right now. So if I do Scott Sterling in all caps. Yep. And, the soccer one was good. It was fun. But I like the volleyball one. It's really well done. It's a little bit shorter, so the joke doesn't drag
But you
too long.
have to know the joke ahead of time, which is the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I had a fucking great time when I watched it the first time blind with no sound. I was laughing harder than I have in a very long time. And the opposite of that is that commercial for the Ring movie, the remake, is starting to get really obnoxious because it doesn't look scary.
Do any of them look scary?
Like the only commercial for it I've seen that got my attention remotely is when she was pulling the string of the Grudge's chick hair out of her throat. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That was it.
That's kind of cool / really disgusting.
Oh, fucking terrible. Yeah.
I'll be honest, Hockey. I was actually amazed that we had actually gotten out of jail as early as possible. I was expecting the entire session to be somehow getting out.
Yeah, I honestly had gone back and forth all week trying to figure out a logical progression without
railroading,
without dragging down. Yeah, basically, dragging down the entire thing and making it really long and laborious.
I was a little bit worried that you're gonna, have us in the zone of truth, but then have the mayor say, "Nah, I still have reason to suspect you." It's like, oh, why don't you have the captain in there? Oh, he refuses. You guys go back to your cell. I was a little scared, but I shouldn't have doubted you because you do know how to write.
He has his reasons to suspect me.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm there going,
Just-
okay,
like,
we're corroborating,
he-
okay, we're working together, and there's
It's like,
Dretan.
all right, your turn, Dretan. It's like, your turn, Dretan. So you can automatically fail. It's like, no, I resist. 20-3.
I was really hoping that
on the resistance.
I was really hoping that I could go first so I could be, warn the mayor and everybody else that I have crazy friends, but then I forgot.
Out of curiosity, well, maybe it's because I was looking at the version on Roll20, but I didn't see anything that said you can automatically fail. But do they know it when you fail it? Do they know that you chose to fail it? The difference between choosing to fail it and not rolling high enough? Do they know the difference, or just they know that you failed?
They just know that you're. I mean, if you think about it, the mechanic of making a die roll or a saving throw or failing a saving throw is
You're putting effort into it.
Yeah, well, it's very mechanical. As far as the role play of the situation, you either are affected by it or you resist it.
Right. Okay.
But the general rule is that you can always choose to fail any saving throw you're forced to make.
Oh,
Right.
All right. Cool.
I mean, that's kind of why when it was my turn, I kind of made a point of saying that Rede looked uncomfortable for a second to kind of show, because Hockey was making a big deal of you feel as if you're being constricted and something like that. So they should be able to see a point where you go from the discomfort of having to deal with it to the I have given into it, and that might look different between someone who was resisting and got broken down or someone who did not resist at all and is just gone.
Oh, that also, speaking of
That's how
being broken down and feeling dejected. Hey, Hockey, in this world that you're crafting, do clerics usually take oaths of celibacy, or did I just pull that on my ass to try to feel better about myself?
No, the way that Sister Torvinius is, she's the high priestess of the church, and so yes, she has taken.
Oh, she's high priestess.
That would be quite scandalous.
She's taken an oath of celibacy.
Okay.
In her service, so
I also probably could have done a lot better without the tongue click and the finger guns, but whatever. Oh yeah, you guys, I actually did the finger guns just without even thinking. And I realized, oh fuck, my mic is on. Shit. And
yeah,
just shut down. Go from warm smile and maybe even a chuckle to you disgusting beast. Ugh.
Yeah.
He's lying. I don't know what he's doing, but he's lying about everything. Fucking
All right,
monster.
not everyone. I gotta go sleep.
See you later, James.
Good night.
Take it easy, James.
Yeah, man.
See you Tuesday or Thursday.
And then, of course, don't forget Dretan down in the cellar somehow, still being heard. Not only hearing this one, my spider senses are tingling. Someone is trying to score. Bow, chicka,
Someone's
bow,
trying to
wow.
score. I better inappropriately interject.
Yeah, it's just... Basically, we should have made him roll a persuasion or a perception on that, but he would have aced it anyways. Doesn't matter.
Oh, fucking course he would have, because he gets
Actually,
plus 7 to perception.
He would have gotten a natural 20, and he would have seen through walls to see what was going on, and then temporarily seen through her clothes to see how good it would be, gave his personal thumbs up, and then sat back with a grin.
I was like, go, Adrik. Ah, you fucked up. My turn.
Kind of the one reason that I want a DM, specifically so I can come up with this type of response to everything people do.
Yeah. Also, God, like that was, I don't know how spontaneous I should be, because on one hand, I get flirting with a fellow cleric, who's the high priestess apparently, while I'm being interrogated for the murder of 6 men. On the other hand, when I'm spontaneous, I try to murder someone who's a friendly, I get visited and warned by my god, and I have an itchy scar that may or may not be acting based on my actions. So I'm 50-50 right now on how spontaneous Adrik should be.
But once again, remember, non-spontaneous Rede got to see his family maybe die, so...
Oh yeah, this is fun. We just can't win, can we?
No, we can't win.
What god is pissed off at Adrik? Oh, wait, I know who.
All right, fellas, I'm going to join the crowd and take off too.
Yep, I'll kill it here and I'll get to editing.
See you, man. Thanks for the game, dude.
Hockey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always thank you, Hockey.
Thanks,
Always a
guys. You guys
pleasure.
are the ones who make it, so take it easy, fellas.
See you next week.
See you next week.